Welcome, everyone. This is the Fantasy Baseball Experience for matchups 17 and 18, I do believe. Kinsley was the top scorer for matchup 17 with 318 points, beating me by 2 lonesome points. I was the second scorer that week. Kinsley, welcome. I'm glad you're starting to make a good amount of appearances on the pod. We're going to have to do a
I have indeed.
But we have one guy that's going to become a regular on the podcast. Another big dick week coming out of the camp from Pete My Meat. 343 points and still going on with Pete Alonso playing. Austin, welcome again to the pod.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
You feeling pretty good heading into the playoffs? Your team's picking it up big time.
Yeah, right now, I don't know how y'all feel about the landscape, but if you have any serviceable pitching, you feel good right now. Like if your pitchers are able to do anything, because the pitchers are dropping like flies, and a lot of people are just not doing well. So it's kind of weird out there right now. And I had a good week from Pablo and Urias, and we'll take it.
Yeah, I am going with the lots of pitching. They're all kind of mid-tier, but enough to where I can play matchups well. And Kinsley, the Scherzer trade, Bryce Elder deserves to be on waivers at this point, and you ended up with Scherzer, so I'm sure you're stoked about that.
Of course, yeah. I needed a solid pitcher to be able to help. Ethan, did lightning just strike outside of your window?
Yeah, some gnarly storms coming in, but it'll just make the pod electric.
Of course.
So what we're going to do is we'll call this a big playoff brief. There's still 2 weeks left, and it's going to get spicy because Brady still has yet to play. He has to play Logan and Benton, I believe. Let me double check this. So I have Benton next week. Brady's got Logan. Matchup 20. Brady has Benton. So Brady is 1 game above Logan and Benton, and he has to play both of them. And then Mitchell with a big upset coming in on Sunday. Alex was down last night, scored a crap ton of points. It's been a good matchup, and he's going to end up taking Mitchell out. So Mitchell's only going to be 1 game up on them. Austin, he plays you in matchup 20. And Mitchell plays Will matchup 19. So there's definitely some big shifts that can happen. We'll do a little bit bubble talk for the playoffs. But before we start, where all of us are sitting comfortably, for the top 6 teams, we're going to go through them in order. And we're talking about if you're buying or selling their championship run. And then we'll do bubble talks for the 7 through 10 seeds. And then we'll go through a full playoff bracket rundown and kind of do a mock playoff to see how it turns out. And that'll be our power rankings for the week, see how where everyone places. So, Austin, we'll start with you, and we'll start with the number 1 team, the Reading Fighting Phils, coming out of Hayden's camp, going on a 6-game win streak. Are you buying or selling what they are doing right now? Are they real championship contenders?
Let me pull up this team. I always look at this team on the podcast and kind of completely forget who he has, but I gotta buy him.
Yep.
Every time I look at him, I'm never impressed by his pitching, but I gotta hand it to Kyle Tucker. He's been turning up, and it doesn't feel flashy whenever I look at it, but I can buy him making a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, Michael Lorenzen drops a no-no. Framber Valdez drops a no-no. We know Giolito's trash. I think he dropped Gonsolin. Let me look at the updated thing. Yeah, Gonsolin's not been good.
And Ozzy had 48 points this week.
The Braves are
pretty solid. Yeah.
Ozzy's been great at second base, and wow, I don't know what to say about his team. I don't feel like it's a top 2 team though, to me personally, but
somehow they're making it. Somehow they're making it.
He's got the record. I can't say that I don't see it. He can make a run.
I think it's the best balanced team in the league. Like, you look at most people's teams, like my team hitting is stacked, Kinsley's team hitting is stacked, and his team is just kind of like all super consistent guys, and you know what you're getting out of them every week, and that's kind of what you need for the playoffs.
Yeah, I can tell he's going to lock in. He's going to lock in when playoffs come around these next 2 weeks. He's going to figure out some things.
Dude, it is coming down outside.
I don't even know if I can hardly hear y'all in the kitchen.
Y'all can't hear the rain through my microphone. Let me know. We're going to move on to the number 2 team. I'll take care of that because that is currently Kinsley in the standings, especially after you going to have another win this week, Kins?
Yes, win against Brady by 100 points.
All right. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Two weeks ago, Kins, I would sell your team. I wouldn't be buying you as a championship contender.
Of course you would.
I really think the Scherzer trade made you a legit competitor, and it pisses me off. I don't know how Logan was that blinded by Braves fandom to think that Bryce Elder was even equivalent to anything in that trade. So looking at your team now, we've been saying all year long you just needed that one ace. You needed that ace. Cease wasn't the ace. You got rid of him. You needed an ace. You got the ace. You got Scherzer. Logan Webb can be good. Montgomery's been pitching well.
Logan Webb put up 23 today. I was happy with that. I think what's finally going to help click, like you said, like I've always had pretty decent hitters this year, but Altuve not only being back, but I finally feel like he's like heating up. So he had 39 points this week, which is pretty solid. I think before I'd had like Adam Frazier floating there as a waiver pickup and a couple of other guys floating at second until he fully came back, but he's finally kind of hitting his stride. So I think that kind of like rounds out my infield, rounds out all my hitters. But yeah, getting Scherzer too was a huge help.
I mean, Freddie's MVP of Acuna
of course.
Last month. Austin Riley's playing like Austin Riley again. Your hitters are stacked, and you finally got that big arm you needed. So we'll let you do the justice of putting me, I'm the number 3 seed according to ESPN currently. Are you buying or selling me having a chance at the championship this year, the Golden Bat?
Judge came back this week, right?
Yeah, he came back.
Last week. I think so. Obviously, getting a win this week against Logan, I wouldn't even say that that's necessarily solid, but I think that it'd be like 50-50. I'd say probably keeping. I wouldn't say selling, but it's really on the edge there. I mean, all of your hitters this week were very consistent. I feel like pitching not so good this past week. Looking at the lineup, very mediocre. So if your pitching can't step up, you're going to struggle. That's where I'll leave it.
So are you buying my team? Because
I'll buy it. Yeah, I'll buy, but that's like buy for $1.
You're being ridiculous. Marcus Semien, Arenado, Bobby Witt, Aaron Judge, Adolis Garcia. That'll make anyone shit their
Yeah, they all average between like 18 and 25 points this week. Get real. There are no Ozzy having 48 a game.
25. You just told me my whole lineup averaged more than 3 points a game. That's amazing.
No, not the whole lineup. That's just like your infield, your batters. Your pitching. Like I say, your pitching
lineup. I'm streaming it out
struggling.
Matchups. CES is coming around. JT Realmuto is the catcher spot. Who cares if he's not playing well? And then I got enough pitching I can work matchups up. Anyways.
Hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I said bye, though. I said bye. I said bye, but barely. But we'll see.
It's like, oh, you have a chance to win, but prove me wrong. Your team sucks. Women. Austin.
Kinda.
We'll move to you. Fourth team is Kevin Sims, Acuna Lingus. He's sliding a little bit, but it seems he's still putting up points. You buying or selling his playoff run this year?
Look, I mean,
if we're going to start splitting hairs here, we're buying 3 teams already, so we're going to have.
That's the problem. I almost want to go back and sell Hayden's team at this point because, like, I mean, Kevin's team. It's just got so much explosiveness. It's just I don't know, man. To me, I still don't trust Kevin as manager.
Let's look at the last.
I don't trust it. So I think I'm going to buy his team. I don't buy the manager.
So are the points that are updated in the standings they're not updated through this week, right? They don't update till tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure tomorrow they'll update.
I think tomorrow is when everything gets updated. But he's still like almost 400 points higher than everybody else. Like he has consistently put up massive numbers.
If you look at his last 2 matchups, he's been like 3rd leading scorer in both of them. I mean, his team's playing well.
Yeah.
He had a bad week 3 weeks ago, but like his team's
everybody's gonna have a bad week.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to put up 300 to beat Kevin most of the time.
But
that's just saying something.
Do you think like big time money moves is you're in the playoffs and you got to drop a star to pick a waiver ad to stream that guy for a week? I don't think Kevin's making that move.
Kevin's going to ride with what he has. Look, I mean, you ride the Blake Snell train and we'll see where it goes. So I just can feel and smell something bad happening in September for Kevin. That's all I can say. I mean, I can see just complete darkness first round out of there for Kevin.
Gotcha. Well, Kens, that means you'll get to buy or sell on Austin's team. So you get to talk about both people that are on the pod.
I love it. So I
talk about your team.
At this moment, I would buy Austin's team. I would probably not have said that earlier in the season. I feel like though there's been a handful of weeks of where Austin has again put up 343 this week. I mean, that's like 50 more points than me as the second highest scorer. I mean, it's nobody else can compete with that. I mean, I think this week it was me and Kevin and maybe Hayden. I think Hayden, we were all in like between 270, 290. Nobody else was close to that. So I just feel like that he's kind of become hot recently. I don't really know what it is, but I don't know who this Zach Geloff.
It's the waiver
whatever
pickups.
his name is. Don't even know who he is. He had 15 points today.
We've seen this song and dance by Austin all year, though. It's a 350 point. It's a 350 point week, and then it's a bad week. Like if you look at his lineup, it's not guys you're throwing out there weekly, no matter what.
I mean, Lance Lynn's been doing pretty good lately. Pablo Lopez, again, they're all.
He had like one good start.
One good start out of like 3. But
Lance is tearing it up.
Yep.
I'm not saying Lance tearing. I'm just saying like in general between them. He's at 21, 21, 24. Before that, he had -4, -2. But I think he's hot right now. Everybody.
Oh no. Sorry about that, everyone. Slight delay. The storm knocked my internet out. It knocked Kinsley's internet out, actually. That's why we had to stop the podcast. So we are back. We were talking about Austin's team, how much better Lance Lynn's doing, and Kinsley said she is buying his team for the playoffs. Is all of that correct?
Correct.
Makes sense.
So right now, we've covered Hayden, Kinsley, me, Kevin, and Austin. And all 5 of them have a shot at the Golden Bat this year. And I don't disagree with that. But it's about to be changed up because I am covering the 6 seed Will Sayers designated shitter. And I'm selling this man. The start of the year was insane for him. Big top of the power rankings guy on the podcast a lot. And he moved to Chattanooga and this team fell apart. I'll tell you what. So I don't think he's got a shot at winning the playoffs.
Big correlation there.
I mean, would you say it's pretty much?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you kind of expected it from Will, you know, as the season progresses, you know, you just knew he'd kind of slowly fall off. It's just your expectation. But I don't know, this feels a little dramatic. It feels a little worse than you could have ever thought.
Yeah, so
it feels like you're good, Ethan.
Well, I'm trying to see, is he losing this week, right?
Yeah. I think he has the least amount of points this week.
Yeah, so he's going on a 3-loss streak, and it hadn't been good leading up to that. I don't think the team's going to pull it together. So that's going to be our first sell in the playoff bracket. Will Sayers at the 6th seed. Kens, what were you going to say about his team?
I was going to say that he was very similar to Kevin at the beginning of the season of putting up like massive weeks. But Kevin's been able to sustain it and Will has not. Will has like slowly started to drop off in that decline. So totally agree on selling his team.
He's what we thought he'd be.
and it's really a shame that Benton and Logan lost this week. I mean, that could have made things really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Logan's
like
talking so
really,
much shit. He deserved the loss. And
yeah, it's tough.
so, well, that covers our buy or sell segment. Really, out of the top 6 seeds, the only team we're selling is Will Sayers. And I think that's fair. I mean, if you look at the top 5, they all got a shot. Nobody'd be stunned if they're holding the bat at the end of the year.
He was
So-
tied with Logan for the least amount of points this week. Just confirmed.
So we are going to move on to the bubble talk. And with that, we're going to cover the 7 through 10 seeds. Everyone who's got a chance at getting knocked in, getting knocked out. We got Brady, Mitchell, Logan, and Benton sitting here. We're going to start with I say we start with Mitchell at the 8 because Mitchell's team's playing well. And he doesn't have to directly face Logan and Benton. So there's less fuckery kind of to go on in there. He's got Will and Austin, I think is what I said earlier. So Will should be a good easy in. I think Mitchell's getting in as the 7 seed this year. What do you guys feel about Mitchell's team where he's at?
He also has Wander Franco, if you want to bring that up as a different topic, but he has him. So that's a big hit.
That stuff traded for him.
That's super Mitchell Jones, though, to have the pedophile.
It's just, I don't, I just can't believe it would have made things interesting if Benton didn't lose and all that. I don't see how Mitchell and Brady really can mess this up that bad. I don't see it.
I really feel the Brady collapse, but we'll get to
I really think it could happen. It's just going to be tough now. It really could be tough.
I put him in his place this week.
It's getting crunch time. But yeah, the Wander Franco thing, Mitchell trades Matt Olson to Logan, who's now on the outside of the bubble fighting for a spot, gets Matt Olson.
He's trying.
And Wander Franco probably won't play another game in the MLB again if this turns out to be true. I'm pretty sure this is just some Twitter drama.
Yeah.
You never know.
I hope that the Rays demote him from the MLB because I need help fixing my drywall in my basement. He's probably pretty good at it. We are going to go to Brady at the 7. This dude, he's been yanking our chain all year back and forth. Austin, I'll let you cover. Yep. Brady Pfeiffer, 1 game up on Logan and Benson, has to play both of them down the stretch. What's going to happen?
Sorry, he has to play who?
He plays Logan and Benson, who are both 1 game up.
Well, I mean, Jesus, it couldn't be any luckier of a schedule for him. I mean, I don't know. I just remember him saying at the beginning of the week, you know, I think the spirits are low for him right now. I think he sees it. He's clinging on to a Clayton Kershaw hope that, you know, who knows what'll happen there, but I don't know. I mean, his pitchers have not been doing well. I mean, last week they did terrible. I don't know if they did better this week. He's got Clay Holmes dropping a -15. I hope he enjoyed that guy. Just shelled off. So, I mean,
Verlander had 18. I mean, that's good. That's a solid start.
I can, yeah.
I would love for someone to roll back the footage because I know like 6 weeks ago we were covering Brady's team doing well. And I pointed out this whole freaking rookie call-up thing. Everyone knows how a rookie call-up goes. They get called up, they dominate for a month, and then pitchers figure out how to start pitching them, and they all go downhill.
Or they get sent back down.
And he's got a lot of young guys. A lot.
Dude, that's his whole freaking team.
A lot.
We're not playing Dynasty here.
I mean, J-Rod's just not really kind of done
he
enough.
had 17 this week.
I know he's complained about Tatis lately. He's really been complaining about him. You know, the strikeouts are up for him. So I can tell when I talk to Brady. You know, it's real somber. It's tough on him right now. He's really trying to look ahead to football. I can already tell.
Yeah, last 2
I don't
weeks
think Brady's going to make it.
Last 2 weeks, Matt McClain, Tatis, Ellie, Cattell, Tristan Casas, they're all averaging under 2 points for him last 2 weeks. So not a good look. Not a good.
You know, he may make some adjustments. We'll see. We'll see if he still cares. We'll see if he still got a little fire in him.
So give me the final thought. You think he squeaks in because of ease of schedule, or does he manage to screw the pooch?
I think so. I mean, let's see. Joe Musgrove and Carlos Rodon are gone, right? Like they're just done at this point.
Rodon, I
I
assume he dropped him. He was already ass before he got hurt.
yeah, like he's not even done anything this year. So I mean, we'll see if he can pull something out. I think with the easy schedule, he's going to sneak in just like Brady wants. And if he sneaks in as an 8 seed, that's just going to be some scary voodoo. That's all I know.
So we'll go ahead and roll into this. Obviously, Logan deserves to be shit on for talking about my ease of schedule, and then he comes in and puts up 150 fucking points this week against me.
Tough week.
Let's look at Logan's scoreboard here, because I want to say Logan's like 4th, 5th in points scored for the league, besides bad week this week. But Logan comes in, and we know he can, if he beats Brady,
yeah,
he'll get in head-to-head probably. And then it just depends on what they do the next week.
Mm-hmm.
But Logan scored 283 last week.
I mean, the pitching on Logan's team is rough, but
yeah, he's like
acquiring
8-8
Matt
even.
Olson. Yeah, acquiring Matt Olson. He can maybe do something here.
Let's please not forget he got rid of Max Scherzer, though.
Yeah.
But I still think that Matt Olson's going to put up more points. I mean, Matt Olson obviously is going to put up more points a week unless if you have Scherzer on a 2-star. I mean, Olson put up 44 points this week.
Yeah, Mitchell screwed the pooch on that whole situation. I agree. But if he still had Scherzer, I think there's a hope. But getting Bryce Elder is such a bad move.
Yeah, and everyone's been talking about it, how he's been overperforming. I don't know. It was a bold decision. We'll see if that maybe is the downfall is his pitching, putting up negatives.
Yeah, -3 this week.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad about Logan's team too. So Ken's, I'll let you cover Benton's team. So he's sitting at 10 right now.
Oof.
Is there any hope he could knock Brady off one week? And who else has Benton play? Let's check it out.
This is a call to Benton right now, though.
Yeah, I think he'll beat Brady.
Benton needs to lock in for this Brady matchup. He needs to figure out his team. Who knows if he doesn't make it, but he can get a sweet victory here, a sweet end of season victory by beating Brady and possibly knocking him out of the playoffs. Next
week, Benton plays me.
Okay.
Hey, I'll take it easy on him. I can't.
You'll let some guys rest. Cool. I mean,
I can't completely throw, but I may not really stream 2 starts hardcore.
I think that Ben has players to make his team really, really strong. I mean, remember, he was one of the top 3 teams for the first 5, 6, 7 weeks of the season, and then he's like tanked since then, whether he's trying or not. I don't think he's trying to, but he's tanking. So
looking at my matchups going against Benton, I have the new Mariners guy, Emerson Hancock, gets called up. And I'm a big Mariners rotation guy, if you haven't noticed, by the team. So I'll probably start him. He's 2-star against the Royals and the Astros. But besides that, that's the only 2-star I got against Ben.
And Ben, as of right now, has no 2-stars. No 2-stars in his pitching group.
Benton, if you're watching this, I need you to get on the waivers and make some moves. Because, dude, if Benton
have a slow night,
and he's facing Brady in the last week, Benton controls his own destiny.
Got a little
he has 9 SPs on his team. Ben has 9 SPs. 3 of those have SPRP designation, but 9 starting pitchers and does not have 1 2-star for next week. And at this point, you just got to drop somebody or make a trade, make something happen if you're in that position. You've got people to drop.
Yeah. Well, so Ken's, you saying Benton has a chance for the bubble?
I think Benton has a chance for the bubble, but he better watch this before tomorrow morning. He needs to make some moves. I do think, though, that the guys on his team are stronger than Brady's. he may struggle against you, which that could hurt him, but I do think he's got a chance. I like his chances better than Logan's. I don't know if I like him necessarily better than Brady's, but
Quick glance at my matchups. They're not good next week. Like I got a 1 start against the Rangers. I'm probably going to have to play. Not looking like a good matchup week for me. So Benton's good there. He kind of controls his own destiny. So we're going to say Logan out of the bubble. We're not liking what his team's doing right now. And just the overall, I can't explain it, but the aura he's giving off in the group chat, toilet bowl material, man. So we're calling Mitchell safe. Brady should be safe, but Benton's got a chance to take it from him.
I mean, I don't know if Mitchell's safe, but
I like his chances better.
I like how Mitchell's team's playing.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's a tough loss today. I mean, he lost to Alex, and that's brutal.
He's a pedophile.
Yeah, and he's about to lose Wander Franco. So
imagine trading Matt Olson for basically a guy that just got waived. That's such a big loss to your team.
That is. I mean, it's been a lot of that for Mitchell this year. A lot of just interesting things going on with his trades, his pickups. A lot of things been going wrong.
But I think he can beat Will next week, and that should make him safe. But anyways,
Mike Trout come back soon? Like, what's going on?
I have no idea. How is he always hurt? Is this his hand bone still? The hamate bone?
Yeah.
I think so.
Let's get the news. He hit against a pitching machine last week, so because of that. Anyways, I got Mitchell in. I'm feeling good about what he's doing. So with that, we'll talk about the last 2 teams. Well, we're not going to talk about them, but Alex and Cody with the skid of a lifetime, by the way. Cody's team was like safe for playoffs, and then he's here going on his 4th loss in a row.
Cody's going to beat Ben.
Yeah, Cody's going to win.
Cody's going to win. He's at 266, 230.
So he's going to have the same
this week.
He's going to have the same record as Ben.
And then he'll have the head-to-head.
So Cody's got a chance too. Well, fuck it. Let's throw Cody in the bubble, dude.
We're throwing Cody in.
Well, dude, I was about to count him out. Win this week, puts him tied with Cody or with Ben.
He'll be 7-11. He'll be sitting at the bottom of the National League.
His next 2 games are against Alex and Will Sayers.
Ooh.
Both winnable. Both winnable.
I'm ready to hop on the Cody train. I'm ready to hop on it.
We'll let you cover it. Cody on the bubble. So we got more sauce here.
All right. First thing I'm seeing, though, top scores this week, Tommy Edman, Michael Melendez, and then Meneses. I don't know what's going on here, but this is interesting. But, I think Cody's got some wit to him, all right? And so I think with those matchups, I like his chances maybe more than all the other guys we talked about. I like his chances. I don't know about his team situation with the pitching, but I like his hitters. I like his bats. I mean,
it's going to be crazy.
Corbin Burns and Mitch Keller. I mean,
there's so much stuff that can happen.
But then Cody also had a pitcher, Wentz, that threw -21 this week. So like, you can't win when you get -21s in your lineup.
What happened was
trying to get bold with the 2 starts.
Cody had Joe Ryan and Mitch Keller when they were the 2 best pitchers in baseball for like 3 months. And now they've both been sucking. Mitch Keller had a decent game today. Joe Ryan's hurt, so
I have 19. Oh, I guess 19 between 2 games.
So Cody's got a damn good shot at winning these next 2, and I guess really the ball is just in Brady and Mitchell's court to kind of see who they allow to get in. But that is an interesting bubble we're working with, and we'll close that segment out with a moment of silence for Alex because he is not doing anything. And Alex, we love you, buddy. Just take care, man.
Get ready for football.
He's a good man, dude. He's a good man. He doesn't deserve this, but he's getting it anyways.
You can play spoiler, though. You can still play spoiler.
I mean, he can get his money back.
That's right.
He ain't doing more than that, though. We're going to move over here and share our screen. Instead of power rankings this week, we are going to roll through a playoff bracket. Now, this is as the bracket currently stands. We're thinking there may be a flop between Kevin and Austin, but they actually are playing each other anyways at the 5 and 4. So we are going to start the first matchup here. Let me get this off the screen. Is going to be Hayden versus Mitchell. Hayden is the 1 seed playing Mitchell as sitting at the 8. Austin will actually, Austin, you did last person. Kinsley, we'll start with you. You got Hayden playing Mitchell for the playoffs.
Duh.
Boom. I'll go next. Kinsley currently playing Brady. This is big upset potential here.
Big voodoo.
I
can tell you what, Brady would be excited about that.
That's right. And don't
I did just beat him by 100 this week, but yes,
exactly.
I think that could be a good one.
Oh,
Brady
wants
being Brady,
nothing but
he's going to
revenge.
figure out how to stream 8 pitchers that are pitching 2 stars or whatever.
I just feel like
He's mapping it out.
There's no way he makes playoffs and loses first round, right?
I don't think so. I don't
like,
think
remember,
it's-
if he's the 8 seed always wins.
He'd
But
Kinsley, you better be mathing this out already because Brady is.
But
all right?
I'm not worried. I feel strong in my team. The move I just made, I feel good. I'm not worried about Brady.
Okay.
look,
not worried.
just
I'm
because
not worried.
Kinsley dropped a hundo on Brady's face this week, I'll take her winning. Austin, you got me catching Will first week of the matchup. I'll just go ahead and fill that out for you. You have anything else?
Yeah, first of all, that's not how it's going to be. I mean, that's not who you're going to be playing. So you better hope you're playing Will in that spot.
I'm really interested
I
to see
agree.
how the bottom shakes out now because that's spicy in the bottom of the playoff thing.
Yeah.
And then Kinsley, I'll let you cover Kevin versus Austin. This will be an electric first round.
Yeah, that's prime time. That's on at 7:00. That's the matchup.
That is the matchup. 4 and 5 is always, the toughest matchup, obviously.
And I'll say this before you start. If I'm playing Kevin, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm poisoning the water coolers. I'm doing anything I can. I am sabotaging the Braves. It does not matter.
I really don't know. Obviously, Austin's got the leg up this week. And you're winning by 40, 50,
Let me
something
add
like that right
something.
now?
Let me add something for you. This matchup here, 4 versus 5 seed. Kevin is the number 1 in points for this year, and
Yeah.
Austin is the number 2. These are the top 2 point scorers in the league be facing off.
And again, I feel like I'm going to go Kevin just because of the consistency. But I'm going to say Kevin just because of the consistency and the points. But I also have a feeling that Kevin's going to choke. And it's going to go to Austin.
You got to pick one.
Make a choice.
I'm going to go with Kevin.
I can't believe you.
But I would not be surprised if Kevin chokes first round.
I'm going to be honest. I think Austin's the hotter team right now. Austin, I like you in that match.
I do think that Austin's the hotter team right now. But I think the consistency is going to help.
I mean, that matchup's going to be in the 300s. It's going to be explosive. I mean, Kevin, the Kevin does not want to face me in the playoffs. I know that. All right.
All right. So I will scroll over so I'm not picking my own game here, and I'll do Kinsley versus Kevin in the next week.
Preview of that next week. We play each other this upcoming week, or tomorrow.
Here's my problem. On this podcast, day 1, I have been team fuck Kevin, and I feel like I can't pick Kevin to make the finals, but I just see Kinsley's team skidding here. But I like the bats. Kins, I'll put you in the championship matchup. And then
that was
Let's
a business decision right there.
that was business decision.
Oh, yeah.
There's a marriage on the line right there. Austin, I will let you cover the big matchup between me and Hayden to get into
The cousins.
Get into the finals.
I will go with Ethan on that. I almost even want to take back what I said about Hayden's team
Oof.
at the top of the show. After looking back on it, he may be just a sell for me in the beginning. I don't know why I said bye, but yeah, I would choose Ethan's squad over Hayden.
And
but that'll be a matchup right there. That'll be mind games. That'll be a lot of things going on there. All right.
And if we got to this championship match, if this is just the way the cards fell,
People will raise hell about that.
Could you imagine?
I mean, the league will be rigged for sure. I mean, it is confirmed rigged if this is it.
Dude, I
I'll
thought
speak for the people.
nobody can bitch about us stacking the team for the joint bank account if we're both in the finals, bro. Come on.
Love
Golly.
Austin, I'll let you cover the big final showcase since this currently has both of us in it. Me versus Kinsley for the bat.
For the bat and probably for the bed for the rest of the year. I mean, that would be an electric matchup. Let me go take a peek at Kinsley's team real quick.
I
quick.
will also say, I don't know when this date falls, what's going on, but if the
Yeah.
championship is between me and Kinsley, we are having a gathering. You know, last year the championship was
It's
during
September 11th through 17th.
Okay, so that's the week after
Week after, remember, yes.
football starts.
Yeah.
So anyway, Sunday, people are coming over to watch the noon slate of that championship matchup and watch football at our house. We're having a full party.
Is that going to be our finish the basement party?
Maybe.
Just
Finish the
maybe.
bar?
Yeah, but you know, if this is the championship matchup, if this is the reality we're having to live in, I mean, it's Ethan takes that landslide. Kinsley's team still sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still bad.
Everyone here knows, dude, it's championship week. Dude, I'm like, Kinsley, Erod, he's gonna be hurt, but you need to drop him. But I can absolutely fiddle fart her lineup however I want it to be. She's a puppet.
Yeah.
No,
You can play the mind games easy.
That's
You
such
can play the mind
bullshit.
games.
I'm going to go up there and turn off your mic.
Well, listen, I'm going to cut it off myself because the new power rankings for the week, based on the playoff bracket, have me at 1, Kinsley at 2. We'll have Hayden at 3, Kevin at 4, and then that's going to have we'll put Austin at 5, Mitchell at 6, Brady at 7, Will at 8, just because we're shitting on his team so hard. He should probably be the 8th team because he's squeaking in the playoffs. And then that moves us to the consolation bracket where we'll do Cody since we're feeling good about his team, and then Benton, Logan, Alex. That's kind of how we were feeling everybody out today. And that's how the playoff bracket had its shakedown. So oh, dude, I thought its hands were like ears upside down glued like it had a goatee.
This is Buddha Squirrel, and this is who I put my curses on.
And everyone, I'm so glad y'all got to meet Buddha Squirrel. Austin, thank you so much for bringing him out. Kinsley, we appreciate you making it. Congrats on being the top scorer last week. And on that note, we leave you guys be. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye-bye.